So the last thing I want to do with you is you've been on Twitter so much, you go through
Yeah.
it, and probably every week I see about 10 or 20 of these questions. Who should I be following on MMA Twitter? So, do you have three, four, five people that you would suggest for people to follow?
Absolutely. Yeah. And the problem with suggesting people is always the people who aren't named are going to bitch about it. They'll be like, well, you should have, you know what I mean? So apologies to anyone who I'm not citing. I think there are incredible accounts. Everybody is truly unique and brings something different to the timeline. I would say the three ones that I personally really always love interacting with: Alex Behunin. He's a journalist for Cage Side Press. He is a very good friend of mine, and the work that he does is truly terrific and game changing. Art of War posts amazing street fights, and he's so many memes. And then I would say it's a three-way tie between Dovey Simulator, who is just one of the coolest cats in the game, Hectic, who has the best memes, and my man Heavyweight Thanos, JDP. That's always a good follow. So there's a couple people. If you haven't, you're a lot of people are probably already following them, but if you're not, they are well worth it. And again, everybody else on the timeline is great as well.
So here's my five: Caposa, Jetty, Big Marcel, Ben
Yeah.
Davis, and who else could be that fifth one? I would give the fifth one to James Lynch. James Lynch does
Yeah.
amazing
James is
work
great.
as well, and
James, yeah, I worked with him actually at Fight Club, and James is a terrific interviewer. I mean, I would see his stuff, and I would try to think, how do I get better, from watching him, right? What can I gain? What sort of different questions, or how he leads conversations, directs it. I'm a big fan of James.
so James back in the day when I started, like me and him, I've been doing it for almost 10 years now, and I would go on YouTube, and I went to broadcast in school, so I would always be interested in seeing what other MMA media was doing. So I type in MMA interviews, and James was all over the place. It was always James
Yeah.
Lynch, Ted Check, and then the big boys. And I ended up linking up with a manager, may he rest in peace, Brian Levick, and we were doing interviews with the same fighters a lot of the times, and a lot of big
Yeah.
names as well. And I got to give James a lot of credit for being consistent. If there's one thing I could tell anyone out there that wants to be in this business, and Ben, you would probably say the same thing, you have to say consistent. People love
Yeah.
consistency, and that's something I need to work on a little bit more. Is if I say I'm going to do something Monday, I need to do it Monday. And you may find times where you might get a little down, like, oh, it's not going the way I want it to. Don't
Right.
give up. Don't give up. Because at the end of the day, this is so much fun. Every weekend we get together. It's a family, man. So Ben, I want to thank you so much